Hey, we're back. We've got to build up our rating. Had a little bit of a down recently, but guess what? We're gonna come right back on up. It's tactic time on Chess Cruncher TV. All right, let's do it. Okay, let's see, what did White play? He took. So we know this pawn's attacking our knight. We know that if this pawn takes, it undiscovers an attack on the queen, so the pawn can't take at this moment. We also understand that if we played rook takes, which would be a lovely idea, we can't do that either because knight takes and then the knight would be attacking the queen even though we could take. Well, interesting. What if we played here? Would that do anything different? It could be a potential pin on c4. So, uh, 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 so here, 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 and then there. I'm gonna go with rook takes. Oh, so it's knight takes. You gotta be joking me. Knight takes. Ay ay ay. Should have went with our. We should have went with our first one. You know what? It tells you don't doubt what you already know. Okay, bishop breaks the communication with these two rooks. It's attacking our bishop. We have a potential idea of pushing to attack the rook, but the rook would take, so we can't do that. Let's say we played rook takes bishop. If rook takes rook, bishop takes rook. If rook takes rook, then we got a check and a potential checkmate coming next. So we want to see if it's this here? We'll say not there. Here, here, here. Or maybe even better is rook takes here, takes, it takes, and then we have a checkmating idea. So I'm gonna go rook takes. Yeah, because if he takes here, then we go smack, and then he goes here, and then we go checkmate. Thank you very much. And that is worth 16 points. Hurrah, hurrah. Okay. He moved to attack our queen. There's a couple moves our queen can do. We can check if we wanted to, and then play a b5. Potentially that could be an idea. So here, and then if the queen intercepted, now the queen takes that square, and pawn to b5 would be mate. So queen checks is first, and then checkmate with 8 points. Yes, we are on a roll. We can get back. You know what? This is just our starting. We're gonna go straight up to 2,000. We're 2,000 for a year. Okay, he pushed c4. Interesting. We have a potential idea of a knight to c7, which would be forking the rook and the queen. So, is there anything that he could do for that? Let's see, let's see. Trying to think, guys. I don't see anything. Let me see here. No. Just 1 second. I gotta do one thing. I gotta go AFK just for a sec. Sorry about that. Now we're back. Let's get this thing. So, I don't really see anything that is better than a knight, so we'll just go with that. let's see, if we played rook takes knight, so that's not to our liking, is it, guys? We potentially could play queen takes b, which would guard that. So if he plays here, let's see, because if we played rook, the queen can come here with a pin. That could cause a sitch for us. So do we want to take with the rook, or do we want to take with the queen? I'm gonna go queen. And we don't have to take the queen right away. We'll have that happen, then takes, and then takes, and now look what we're up. A whole exchange, which is sweet. So, okay, bishop g5. Think about this. A tactic on move 11. Incredible. Something went wrong. It tells you that you got to be careful about your opening lines, because if you stray off of it, this could happen to you. But if your opponent strays off of it, this is what you do. And so let's see. Let's say that we're the ones that see that white he strayed off of, let's just say, whatever opening he's playing. And we're like, let's see, how can we take advantage of this odd looking move? So let's check the odd looking move out to see if there's anything that we could play. I'm trying to think. If we played bishop takes knight, but if we, it's okay if we played bishop takes knight, or knight takes knight, pawn takes, we check here. Just trying to think. Sorry about that. It's just like, my brain. I gotta get it to think. It's like sometimes it doesn't want to kick in. It's like you have to kind of. I want to put the nitros on and get it, roaring up. So the only sitch about here is that there. If he plays here, we play here. So do we accomplish anything? So let's see. Here, 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 here. So no. So let's check a different area now. Okay. Let's say that we played knight takes knight check, pawn takes, bishop takes, queen takes bishop. Or do I play queen takes bishop right now? Knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes. No, that's not to our liking. Man, there's like 3 different ways we can do this. There's only one that's right though. Reminds me of like multiple choice questions. There's only one right answer. There's a lot of good answers, but there's only one best answer. Okay. Okay. Here. That doesn't work. Because here takes, and that's protected by the queen. So bishop takes. I'm gonna go bishop takes. You know what? Just sometimes best to go with the gut. Just you know what? You gotta be okay with it. Just go with it. Sometimes that's the best policy I've found. Okay, this is a very odd looking move for sure. We need to somehow, it'd be lovely to get the queen over here, But how can we do that? How? Let's see. If we played rook here, then let's say this rook came over. What if we played bishop to f5? Then rook would take, and then if takes, then we have rook check. I do not know if this is a interesting sitch for sure, guys. We gotta be careful because he's gonna be threatening to here. Trying to think, because this is an interesting, because if we play the bishop to f4 f5, guys, right here, we'd be attacking the queen at the same time as dividing up the rooks, and maybe that can, let's see, if we moved here, the queen would have to move. I'm not sure. I don't really know. So I think, yeah, we had an idea. I should have thought about checkmate over here. Got to be on the lookout for that. Okay, I had kind of no idea where I was going with that, and that shows that you make mistakes when it's like that. So make sure you know where you're going with your move sequences. It's important. Let's see here. Okay, the knight moves back here, so we can pin. Then we got that there. We potentially have a rook to e2 with an infiltration of checkmate, so that's what I'm going to play. Let's see, if we play it here, then we can always move my rook. So here, oh, interesting. Why not just take it with the... That's funny. I should have just taken it with the rook. I don't know what I was thinking with the... Hey, how you doing? Yeah, that's right. Let's see here, okay? Each move has a drawback to it, so that's a weakness. There's a weakness, so let's see, can we maybe see if we move there. Oh yes, I'm doing really good tonight. Yeah, it's fun when you do chess with you guys. I enjoy doing that, especially tactics. So I'm glad you're doing good. I'm doing excellent too. And thank you for asking. Let's see here. Interesting. If we played knight here, king there, we have a check here, which would fork or we could actually just play that right now, because then that would fork the rook and the pawn. We get a check. Even though he'd win our knight, we'd win in exchange. Is that beneficial? Because if we took with the knight, he can move his rook out of the way, so we can't really do that. So I believe it's queen to f3. Let's see, attacks here and then attacks the rook. I don't really see anything better, and moving the knight is a waste of time. Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, you gotta be. Oh, really? Oh, wow. There's. Oh, I had the right idea, wrong spot. I can't believe that. So right here is more of a threat. Okay, let's see. Why is this not correct? I want to see. Oh, he can. Oh, he can move. Okay, he doesn't have to stay there. But if you move here, he does have to take at that point, and then you can take. Wow. Yep, that's, man. It's the difference between that or there, but it shows you that moves are hugely important. The sequences, because we would have not. It looked tempting that we could have attacked here and there, but the only most forcing move is there. So let's say that he just moved his. Okay, actually, we won't say that he takes. We'll just say that he moves his rook. Well, let's see here. Then we slide in, and then you get checkmate. So he's forced to take the knight, which then you win in exchange. Okay. Wow. We were close, though, just wrong spot. Well, close doesn't get you, the correct move, so we gotta be right on. Okay. Alright, because the king moves. He's trying to stop this from queening. We can actually win a knight. Let me see here. If we play bishop takes, knight takes. I don't know. Could we actually... Let me see. If we push the pawn, then knight takes pawn, bishop takes knight, and we're up in exchange. Do we sack our if we sack the bishop, he has a potential. See here, push, 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 and then he queens with check. So we can't take that way. We have to do something here. So if we play there, there's really no way. Well, there is a way of stopping it there, is there? Huh. But if he does do that, then we take the knight, so that's forced to take. A forced take there. Yeah, that was an interesting. You had to be careful. It looked like taking the bishop takes knight was correct, but the problem is he queens with check, and so we had queen first, but he queens second with check, which is more powerful. And so it's those small moves that sometimes you just have to give up the pawn for a knight. But in the end, we had pawns on the other side, and our knight and bishop could handle those pawns. Excuse me. Excuse me. But so if let's just say we had to sacrifice one of those pieces for the 2 pawns, we now have a drawing potential. So it gives us the advantage in the position. So, you know. Oh, that's better. Swallowed wrong. Actually, yeah, that wasn't good. Okay, okay, the queen moves. Here, let me see here. So this bishop is not protected. So you need to look for how I make some plans if I'm not sure is I look for the least mobile piece, like that's what Simon Williams says and Jeremy Silman. Just make a piece that's out of play better if you kind of don't know if there's no weaknesses in like your opponent's camp. Just make your camp a little better, and then if he does a weakness, then you take advantage of that. Excuse me. But in this sitch, we see that there's 2 pieces that are hanging. There's a bishop and a rook. So, and the queen is hanging as well. I know it's doing something, it's attacking. But these are 3 pieces, and then you have your king. So you have 4 pieces that you can look at to see what you can do with. And so we'll try to make an idea around that. Yeah, that does look very appealing, doesn't it? The knight to f2 looks very attractive. You see how we just biased just looking at the pieces that these 4 pieces that kind of were awkwardly placed. We all found yeah, and so that's what we need to look at is something that's considering this idea here. But okay, let's just say that the knight's there. King takes. We only get a bit. We get back our material, but it's check. So, do we want to do that with? Do we want to take the bishop first? Do you want to take the bishop first, and then if pawn takes, then I think we have a fork of these 3 pieces. And the queen would have to move, and then we win the rook. Because it would then be protected by the rook here. So are you guys with it about, do you think takes is correct? On e5. Oh, interesting. You're right. He does, doesn't he? Okay, let's see if... Okay, if we play knight takes... Huh. Huh. b6 to b5. That is an interesting idea, but we have to, one thing that we have to do with tactics, we have to look for the most attacking ideas. They're all good ideas that you guys are proposing, but we have to look for like forks. Actually, checks is the main thing that you look for if you're looking for a forcing move. Then you look for captures. Then you look for forks, which come up from a capture. Pins or skewers, like what you guys just said was correct. If we take here, the bishop or the knight can actually do an intermediate check. So, not sure what, at this point, this is a kind of interesting. It'd be nice to play there, but I don't, there has to be something to this. Trying to think, I think we might be right about the knight takes now on f2. Because if knight takes, then king's gonna take. Bishop takes, check. Do we get anything else after that? Trying to see if there's anything else. Anything else? There's a potential bishop takes there. Then if rook takes, you have that, but that's not strong enough. No. Oh, so bishop does take. And then if knight takes, then you take. Oh, this bishop protects the pawn, so that if takes here, it takes. And so we're up in exchange. Okay. Yeah, it's those combinations. I need to work on, seeing combinations all the way to the end. It looked so tempting that, but I just, for some reason, I didn't see that bishop. That was very strange. Okay, here we go. Okay, queen. Let's see, is there any pieces that are potential hanging pieces? Let me see. Nope. That's protected, so that's protected that. These are protected. This is protecting that, and these are protecting that. And the king's potential check is probably far off. So now we need to look at forks and pins and skewers, because there's really no captures, except there is a capture on e4, knight takes e4, but that doesn't really do anything. So oh, if we play rook takes knight, plays bishop takes knight, rook takes, queen takes, and then bishop takes. Or if rook takes, queen takes, knight, nope, that doesn't work either because the bishop guards the pawn. Let's see here. Queen c2 does look like the most forcing in this sequence. Yeah, because there's no, that when the queen moves there, this knight has to move. There's no double protection. So here we're gonna win something. If this moves, we win here. Queen takes, then rook takes. If this doesn't move, we lose something. So I like that. I like that move. You have to go down the lines to see if there's any spot that looks like it might not work. See, if we checked here, he's going to go here. Then we got bishop check. I think that's bishop check mate if I'm not. No, because he can move there. But then we win the rook, don't we? So if we played queen check, king is gonna come, maybe not there. He only has one move after this check here, because the knight guards these two spots. When the queen comes here, it guards that. So these spots are all attacked. So he only has one spot to go to. And then we have an idea. Do we push the pawn or check with the bishop? I think we check with the bishop because then we win the queen. Yeah, I think this is correct. Oh my. My. Oh. That's me. Ah. Oh, snikies, that was wrong. Yeah. That's right. Had everything right to the queen. Had everything right to the queen. Darn it. I was looking at winning the queen, and then I didn't see that there was actually a better move, which was mate. So I was like, it tells you there's good moves, and then there's the winning move. So let's see here. Trying to see. Oh. Okay, dokie, let's see here. Queen a5. Oh, sorry, queen a5. Interesting. Yeah, that does win. That does win some. It does attack here. Also prepare there. So. Yeah, that's. I think that's the only move. Let's see. Is there anything else? I think it was Gary Kasparov said that in one of his master tapes. He said that he showed like a discovery. No, it was a pin. Sorry, it was a no. Was it a skewer? I think it was a skewer. Sorry, it was a skewer. There was one that would have skewered the rook, but then there was another one that skewered the queen. He says if you just looked at the one that was the rook, you might not have seen the one with the queen. So, and you would have won more material. So that's probably the best one in the lot at the moment. So we'll consider line A here. We'll see if there's a line B. If there's anything in line B. Let's see, nothing. I don't see that. There's nothing there. Nothing. So there's nothing. So we'll just go with the best line in this situation. Oh, really? Oh, drat. I can't believe he took there. That's crazy. Well, he wants to get something for the piece. Okay. Okay, rook takes rook. Rook takes rook. If we played bishop takes knight, then there's the pin onto the king. Yeah, there's no way, and then the last one there was no way that he wasn't gonna lose a pawn, so it was like but I missed the take back. I was like, oh, I should have seen that take back. He could have won a piece. I'm gonna play a little bit more. I'm gonna move, and then I'm gonna look at the move, even though I kind of know what the move might be, just to see if the line's right. Because sometimes when I think it is, I move too fast, and then that's when the error is made. So let's see, what do we got here? I think we could actually win the knight here right away and not have to worry about really anything. Yeah, because I think we win. Yeah, I think we win the knight here. Bishop takes knight, and then if okay, bishop takes knight, and if queen takes queen h5. So rook takes rook. So rook takes rook. Rook takes rook. Queen h5. The only sitch is that they have a knight. Yeah, if we did queen take, yeah, if we did queen takes that, we would have a knight, forking the queen and the king. So you have to remove that piece. So okay, so we're just going to calculate this out. Bishop takes e4. If rook takes, we take with the queen. Oh yeah, you're right. It does guard that. I forgot. I didn't see that. You're right. So that we'll do it. Let's just check this because that's a line we now know. If we takes and then takes there, and that is a good line, by the way. Okay, so here if we play queen takes pawn, rook takes, queen takes, and rook takes, and we'd be up in exchange. So we know that the queen's not going to take this pawn. So let's say bishop takes, rook takes, queen takes, and we're still up a whole piece. So, oh boy. Let's see, the queen can't take bishop on. Yeah, I do see that, but if they give you a piece to actually take, I guess I see the only I'm just not sure if because this is a very complicated one. You do have the potential of that, and then here, but I'm not sure where we go from there because he could always bring back his rook. But if we win a piece, we still have the idea of the taking also as well. So that doesn't really change anything. Queen takes on b3. Oh, you're right. He can't. That's right. He can't take. So we do win. We do win material. Gotcha. Oh boy. I'm just gonna go with it. Yeah, okay. There we go. Yep, that's right. Oh, move 9. I guess I have some Yazir Saruman in me that if I see like a pawn or a piece and I can take it and I can hold on to it, I kind of, have the pawn idea. If you can win a pawn and then hold it throughout the whole entire game, that's cool too. So I also have the Maurice Ashley type of thing too. That if I have to, I'll just sack a pawn to open a position to win. So I guess I'm kind of a mix of both. So well, it's different when you play 2D boards and a 3D board. It's so much different when you're playing on a 3D board than a 2D. For some reason, it's what I mean. It's like it's strange. So here we go. Let me see here. Yeah, there's the London, I think, challenge with Wesley So, MVL, Anon, Nakamura, Caruana, Magnus Carlsen, and there's I think it's Mickey Adams. I hope I'm pronouncing that gentleman's name right. And then there's another player that I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's a good player as well, and he's there. So there's a really good tournament going on. One second. Uh, there was had something on my glasses that was bothering me. Okay, let's see here. Bishop's attacking the knight. Double attack. We don't have to worry about that. If we play, does that do anything though? I don't think so. We could play knights, but then bishop. No, I think the knight's a good move. Knight c3 maybe. Let's see. Is there any checks? Any pieces that are hanging? That one looks tempting. That's hanging. Knight c3. Yeah, knight c3. Bishop takes. G takes. Then knight to d4. So if we play here, then we would actually win the queen. So the queen would have to move off this diagonal. What if we played that? What if we actually played there? That might be an interesting idea. Or if we took queen takes. No, I don't really see any thing that we could do there. See, knight c, bishop takes. Takes knight, queen takes. Bishop. Okay, this is an I do like this. I do like this idea now that we think about it. If we played knight c3, which is actually I believe that's a really good move because of takes. And then what we would do is at this point, because it's our turn, we'd move here, the bishop would move there, the knight would take here, the bishop here would take here, the knight would take there, forking the king, the knight would take, the rook would take the knight, and then the rook would take the bishop. So I believe that we'd be up on exchange at this point with everything. Yeah, I like that. I think you're 100% right. Oh wow, you're kidding me. Just that? You're joking me, really? I can't believe that. That's what the heck? Really? Oh, I see. I see, cuz the bishop miscalculation. The bishop can actually oh, drat. Miscalculation there. And why didn't the... Oh, I see why. Because if the queen went here, the knight would just jump in there. And then when the queen moved back, we still would win. So the move here just allows white to develop for the queen. Okay. Oh boy, boy. That is irritating. I didn't see, for some reason my mind must have blocked out that. Yeah, drat. We would have got probably maybe 12 points or something. Okay, here. There's a potential, let's see, the knight is only protected by the bishop protects the knight. So that piece is a potential hanging piece. This piece is potentially a hanging piece. Is there any checks that we can use here? Oh, we could actually win. No, that doesn't win the draw. If this rook wasn't here, this pin would be lovely. Actually, if we played there, the rook would take, the queen could take the knight. So the knight's hanging on by a small thing. Yeah. Tells you gotta be very careful. Now you see why it says if your queen's on the same file as a rook, these type of disasters can actually happen in the position. If we played rook check, and if the king took, we could fork the king, queen, and rook. That'd be a family fork. So if we played there, but if he comes up, so I don't know if our idea works on that one. Oh, if we played there, the queen could take too. So bad move. Block that one out. Cross that out. Something has to do with one of these knights in the pawn. I feel there's something to do with here and this piece here. There's something that we can do, because I feel that a sacrifice might be in the air if played properly. Queen takes seems good, but maybe too easy. Let me see here. Yeah, it is because of the well. Let's see. No, I think see here. That doesn't work because of there. But what if we take here? What if we take like what uh L yeah yeah, I think that's right. Visualization is huge. Let me see here. Da, 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 da. Okay, the king moved into a really bad spot. We have a check idea, so this knight potentially could be hanging. We know that this rook is a hanging piece at this moment as well because there's nothing protecting it. So can we make any ideas around that? So let me see here. Trying to see. I'd love to play there, but I don't think we have anything that we can do. I was thinking about pushing this pawn. And then when the knight moved, let me see here. Let me go back. I just want to kind of, sometimes you can see what their ideas are just by going back just a little bit. It's on the same diagonal as that pawn, but how do we, oh man. Let's see, a4, that doesn't do anything. Maybe if we play there, and then we push, that potentially might open up the position. But I'm not sure. If we attack here, he goes there. Oh, that is it. Well, let me see. Does that? Let's see that. Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, I missed that totally. Protected, a square protected by a pawn. See here, if he takes here, then we win the rook. So here, if he takes here, we take the queen, and if he takes, we take the king. And yeah, I think that's right. You win a pawn. Oh wow. That was a bad move. He should have taken here and just, you know, sacrificed just the loss. Just accepted it, moved on, but not just do that. That was tremendously not the best move. Good find on that. For some reason I didn't see that. So we bring a rook up. Okay, that piece is hanging. This is a weak spot. This bishop takes control of all these squares here. Here, here, and here. So if we can get a rook here, rook there, and then a queen check, we potentially have a win. Rook takes the bishop. Rook takes here. Rook takes. Queen g3 check. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Because here, 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 over, mate, are up here, mate. Okay. Wait a second. Yeah, and if queen takes, we just check there. Same situation. Oh, wow. Oh, my idea was correct. Right. Let's see why that doesn't work. Okay. See. Oh, you want to see why yours doesn't work. Gotcha. Gotcha. They can flee. He flees, so that wins material on the spot. Gotcha. I like here, then when the rook comes over, we now can implant the queen here. Or we can implant it. The only reason I don't like that right away is because it takes here, over, down, takes, and then you could take back with the pawn checkmate. So I believe that that's the only way to handle that sitch. There we go. Because if he played over here, we would just implant our knight, our queen right there, and it's basically, it's lights out. Trying to see if, let's see here. Interesting. So if we'd played rook takes knight, queen takes rook, knight attacks the queen, undiscovers an attack on the bishop, which then we could take and attack the rook. Yeah. Oh wow. So here, why didn't mine work? I want to see this. Oh, and you're down exchange. Wow. Total misjudge on that one. Drat. The sad thing was I was actually looking at that, but I gave up on that calculation. I can't believe I did that. It makes you have to remember, look at all the lines before you do anything like that. Okay, if we attack here, let's say he goes there, and let's say he takes the pawn, we win there, and he takes. Because if we played here and he moved there, we have a discovery. If we play here and then he moves over here, we can attack here, check, and if the knight takes, we win the rook, and if the king takes the pawn, then we fork the king. So yeah, this is it right here. Wow, that was a huge line. Okay, there's a couple pieces that are loose. There's that one, that one. So, let's see. Let's see if we take. Okay, if we take pawn takes bishop. there's a check. I'm gonna ask a question. Would G6 be a good idea? Oh yeah, that's right. You're right. Because you do lose. That's right. You do lose this pawn. Man, I forgot about that oldest trick in the book. You push up and then you lose the forking. Yeah, yeah. That'd been a sad, so sad right there. Gotta look out for that one. I'd hate to have that dropped on me like that. That'd been like so sad. Your knight f8 was the correct one. I believe that the attack here. Let's see. Then there. Nope, that's a losing move because the rook then can come up here, skewering, protected by the knight. So we can't do that yet. We can't win the piece yet. Queen h3. Well, yeah, that actually looks even better. That looks better. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you see that? That's what Gary just said. This looks good here, but this right here idea with the queen looks better. This one here. So, because this looks lovely, but you can't take because of here. But if you play here, it checks the king and forks. Same thing happens here, but the problem is there's that move. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I went back. I lost some points. I tried to get to 2,000 and I just had a bad spell of not doing too well. That wasn't fun. I did not like that. Okay, let's see here. Oh boy, oh right here, it takes. Nice thing is if we get on a roll, we can get back up there. We just gotta not make. It all comes down to learning, and learning isn't the funnest thing to go through. But trust me, it does pay off when you start seeing these things. Like we're almost back to 19. We'll get back there. Let's see here. Okay, if we play a check. So let me see here. So I'm thinking if we check here, that allows there, and then we don't have really anything. Boy. If I was thinking there, but then he takes. Interesting. Yeah, you're right. If we checked here, we push there. Huh. Yeah, then he has to move. Oh wow, that is right. Because if we went here, that's correct. Yeah, there. Then you push. Then you move. He has to move. Then you take there with a. Oh yeah, yeah. I like that for sure. Oh yeah. Wow. 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 Okay. This piece is hanging right here. So. Is there any way we can make any ideas about this? Let's see. If we take here, queen takes. We still have this sitch here. Oh boy. Boy, 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 boy. Ooh, interesting. I like that. Yep. There we go. That takes advantage of that for sure. Sweet. Let's see. Now we take there. And then you come. Oh, really? Oh, man. There. And then here. Oh. Mass exchange incorrectly. I took here, and that's wrong because of there. Oh man, too fast again on the exchanges. Okay, knight takes queen. If queens, queen takes, rook takes, takes, takes. Trying to see if he takes there, if he comes back, that's a horrible move, so he's not going to do that. So the probability of takes and then queening is his idea. Oh wow, nice, even better. That's right. Wow. Okay, I missed that. Okay, good. Yeah, I think that is correct because if you take there, because then yeah, you're right because then you get a pass pawn here, and you do not want a pass pawn to happen. I think that loses. I think you're right at this point. Yeah, because here he can't check there because of the knight. queen can't check. Yep, I was right. You were right on that. Okay, let's see. I want to make sure that the takes is correct. Let me see. Is there anything that he could do? Let me see. There, and we're okay. If we take the rook, let's see. If we take the rook, there's nothing that he could do because takes. Oops. Takes here is fine because check's there. We just move our queen back. That protects the rook and the king. Okay. Finally, okay, good. Okay, we got that one checked out really good. Oh boy, not another one of these. Okay, if we take there, yes, takes. Takes. Now this is attacked. I think you're right too, because if we take here and then queen takes, we have actually bishop to g3 protected by the knight and the queen. Yeah, you're right about that. Oh wow. Snakies. Why didn't this work? Because of takes. There. Oh, okay. And then you have the knight moves there, and you have equal moves. Oh, okay. Yep, that makes sense. Interesting. So, attacking queen and the D. I think that's right. See, if we play here, I think that's right. Rook F1. But then remember, you do have rook takes here, and then you have a threat of taking. I see why you're saying if here you just snap that off, And now you have a potential discovery. If rook takes, the bishop pins that, and then you have, well, no, the bishop then could intercept, can it? No, wait, we won the rook back, didn't we? With material to spare, we'll have double, yeah. So in this sitch, do we take with, do we take that? I'm not, let me see. Or do we take with the bishop? I think we take with the bishop, right? I'm thinking which one do we take with the bishop, or I think we want the most forcing, right? And the most forcing to win material would be bishop takes. Because if we took here, he can just move. Yeah, because if we took with the rook, all you can do is move over and then we got nothing. Just a pawn. Let's see. Let's make sure I don't want to blow this again. I want to make sure. Is there anything else that can be played? Let me see. Not that I can see where it'd be up in exchange, so we'll just go with that. Okay. Okay. I'm resisting playing real fast now. This is actually helping me to slow down. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. Knight. Let me see. Potentially, these two are a problem here. We have a potential fork of the bishop and queen. If we played knight to c3. Oh, you think so? Okay, c3. Queen takes. Okay, here, here, then knight. Yeah, that wins material, doesn't it? That wins material. Yep. And then after we take here, let's say a rook slides over, we just retreat back. Then okay, yep, that's right. Wait a second. Hold on. Let's make sure. We can't take with the rook because the queen would win the knight back. So if we played knight takes c3, if the rook slides over, we just retreat back. If rook trades, we take back. Okay, we're okay. Okay, pawn. I think we play, if we push with the pawn here, I believe we win some. Nope, nope, nope. The queen could check here. So we got to be very, very, very careful here. Could play queen. No, we have to guard this. Wait a second. Maybe we don't have to. Let's just calculate first because I don't want to throw out any idea. Here, if he plays here, we just move our king up. And the idea of queen here check, we can take. And this idea doesn't work because we still have the check there. Or we actually can win material starting with the knight. So if we played here, the queen check, the king moves up. If this check happened, queen takes queen, pawn takes pawn, and if rook takes, you can win with the knight. So we're good. You don't like f3? The only the reason I think f3 is if rook takes, Then we have a check with our rook protected by our knight. And then when he moves over, we have queen takes mate. Let's see if there is anything. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Yeah, the queen could take. Right, the queen could actually take. No, 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 because the queen protects that pawn. Yeah, so here, yeah, let's calculate. That's actually a good idea of calculating too. Nice. So we can't forget that this takes also possible. So if we go f3, rook takes knight. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we trade here first. Right, takes there. Check. And then if the king moves over, right, because then you check. That's right. You check here first. Rook takes bishop. And then if rook takes there, then you play check here. Okay, let's see. Rook takes here. And if takes there, actually can't take there. So here, 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 here. Rook takes there. Oh boy. We can't take here because of the queen. I'm thinking that maybe here. You're thinking here? Only sitches I think he could take back, and he's okay. See if we play here. Sorry. I don't know, for some reason that seems, I don't know. Maybe I think you're right. I think, let's see. Oh boy. Oh boy, boy, boy. Interesting. Yeah. Wow. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm like pulled between here or here. So if red takes, 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 king takes. We got check if king moves over. So that doesn't work. And watch, this one's gonna be like worth like 6 points, right? That's gonna be funny. Do you think it could just be attacking the queen? Could it just be maybe attacking the queen? And then the potential of doubling up? Because I was just thinking, this is the only piece that potentially is potentially could be attacked. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Oh, well, let's try this. Let's give that one a shot. Oh, the knight. Yep. Okay. Wow. That's insane. I'm gonna go back and do that one again. And then he says check. The rook comes up. And then the queen takes, and then takes, and then rook takes check, and right here. Okay. Oh, what if? Oh, you're thinking, okay. What if at this point rook takes, king takes, queen check, and if he moves here, we come over with. So if he moves here, we check there, winning the rook. So he has to move here, and then we win more material, more material, more material. Oh, try all variations? Okay, we'll give that a shot. Let's give that. Why not? Let's, you know what? Okay. Okay, so let's give this a shot here. Let's see why this is not. We'll give that a shot. Okay, here. Here. And then basically it's perpetual type of checking for that. Okay. So that's why that knight one doesn't work. I mean, why the rook one is not the right. Let's try this one here. Let's try knight f2. See what happens. Or f3. Takes. He's up a whole piece. So then we'd play there. Yep. So that one's not what we thought. Okay. What about this? That goes to 0. Okay. And then our idea of doubling doesn't work. Okay. Well, hey, we got to see all lines. It's too bad they didn't allow you to go back and make your wrong ones right, so that you can, then it would be like a total learning experience. We'll do. I could do one more. Then I gotta log for studies and work tomorrow, because I want to end on a victory here. We can do this, guys. We could do this. So this is a very interesting point. Let's see here. The only sitch about knight takes is I think he can actually play queen takes queen. And then when I play, well, no, you're right. I think that does work because the queen's protected by the king, isn't it? Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, because if here and then queen takes, then he'd have to go there, and then you're threatening mate. Yeah, that's right. Let's see. Here, he plays here. You take with check, and then you can get your knight out of there, and you're fine. All right. We're gonna end on that. Thank you, guys, for all your help. We will get back to 2000. We have those learning experiences that try what you actually want to do in your field. So remember, don't give up, even though sometimes you might have those bumps in the road or divots in the road. Just keep pushing forward on that. Okay, thank you again, guys. And as Wesley So says, serve the Lord Jesus. And as I say, God bless. And I'll see you next time on Chess Cruncher TV. And guys, remember this: don't let the rough parts in the chess studying keep you down. Remember, keep moving forward and don't look back only to learn. Bye bye, guys.